the ticker.
Yeah, exactly. We gotta switch that. No one even looks at that ticker anyway, so who cares?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Good morning, everybody.
What were you gonna say? Happy?
Well, I was gonna say happy Wednesday, but I went with good morning instead. It's 11 a.m. It is morning.
Yeah.
Which I don't even expect. We didn't even let everyone know we were going live at 11, so I don't even expect many people to even know. But let's run through them real quick because I still have another NBA videos to get out. And the first game is bullshit. I have Rays or pass. I mean, this kid's making his first MLB start. It's Rays at Reds, by the way. I always said Rasmussen, but I hear people saying Rasmussen.
I think it's Meeson.
Oh, really? See, I've been saying it wrong. I thought it was Rasmussen. Whatever. I'm on Razor Pass. They should win. It's very expensive price to lay. If this kid Stout making his first start for the Reds, if he was a lefty, I would lay the 1.5. But he's not. So if you want to lay the 1.5, I saw it at like minus 140 to lay the 1.5. So get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I like the Rays as a parlay piece today. I have them parlay with another team that I'm going to talk about later. Let's
put it on the screen now. It's Cardinals, right?
All right, so we got Tampa Bay and the Cardinals money line in a parlay at plus 111. Odds moved on that quite a bit, but still fine with it at plus 111. This guy's making his MLB debut in a hitter's ballpark like Great American, and now he's facing possibly the hottest lineup in baseball up to this point. It's pretty much a nightmare spot for him. And then we have on the other side, Rasmussen in a bounce back spot, as he really didn't look that great against Toronto, but his two previous starts dominated. He pitched well against the Reds last year, so I think he's going to return to form. And then add in the bullpen edge, and yeah, Tampa's just an awesome parlay piece today.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down with that. It's square is all shit. But you know what? That suits you. You're the king of the square.
I mean, what am I supposed to do in that spot? Let me bat Levi. Let me back a guy named Levi.
No, right, I'm not backing him either. All right. Guardians at Tigers. And it kind of sucks because I think if the Tigers weren't going for the sweep, they've beaten Cleveland twice in a row, I would love the Tigers at plus 120. So I'm writing on the screen, Detroit moneyline plus 120. And I would love it if they weren't going for the sweep. The fact that they won the first two and Cleveland facing the sweep here I worries me a little bit. But Spencer Turnbull on the mound for Detroit. He looked pretty decent in his last start versus Toronto. 5 innings, 1 run. He did allow 6 hits, but overall, decent start. Toronto's not the easiest place to play. Easiest place to pitch, I should say. Excuse me. Cleveland's lineup, career numbers against Turnbull aren't good. Jose Ramirez is basically the only guy in the lineup that's got solid numbers against Turnbull. If you take Jose Ramirez out, the rest of the Cleveland lineup is a career 3 of 22 off Spencer Turnbull, which I like. On the other side, Tigers has some decent looking numbers against Cal Quantrill. No power. In 72 career at-bats, the Tigers lineup has just 1 home run against Quantrill, but as a team, they're batting .306 against him. So they hit this guy. The power numbers just aren't there. Tigers have won 5 straight. Wow. The Detroit Tigers have won 5 straight games. The line moves to Detroit. You know what? Let me blow the pie chart up so people can see this. See, check this out. This line was at plus 125, right? They moved to plus 120. Here comes the Cleveland money. It seems like the books got what they wanted, right? They wanted some more Cleveland money in. They wanted to get this sharp action off of Cleveland, and they got what they want. That points to a Detroit bet as well. So my pick would be Detroit here. Because they're going for the sweep, it's really tough for me to sell you and be like, bet the Tigers. But if I had to pick this game, and I probably will throw a few dollars on it, it would definitely be Detroit.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I see your comment, JD. I can somewhat agree with you there. Yes, Turnbull can turn into a gas can during any given inning. But if you just look at his past, he wasn't all though like that though. Like in 2021, he had some really, really excellent numbers. I think he was just recovering from injury and he's trying to round back into form. And I think that in the process of rounding back into form, we could catch some nice lines with him like we are today, because I think he's actually pretty decent. I agree with everything you said. You had a lot of good points there. Pretty much everything that I wrote down. The only thing I wanted to add is that the Tigers at home last year against the Guardians, going back to last year, including the games this year, they've won their last 8 of 12 against them, including a 4-game home sweep of the Guardians. So I know backing the sweep is a bit scary here, but the Tigers at least have shown that they have done it at home before.
And this happened last season?
Just like last year. Yes.
So they had a 4-game home sweep on Cleveland last season.
Yeah, I remember Shane Bieber in the last start was like, Shane Bieber on the mound. He's got to avoid the sweep. You got to back him. And we took the Tigers, and they lit his ass up.
Wow, yeah. I think I do remember that. Hey, Adrian Red in the comments. I know that guy.
Yeah, I know. It's good to see him, too.
That's the guy. I know him from Instagram. What's up? Glad you were able to catch it. I never see him in the comments. He always misses it. So, yeah, looks like we're both on the Tigers, but I wrote lean next to his pick, but really mine's kind of a lean, too. So...
Oh, no, I like it enough to play it.
Oh, did you? Okay. When we talked on the phone earlier, it sounded like you were indifferent.
No, I like enough to play it.
Okay, so we're both on the Tigers. All right, next game. Giants at Marlins. Oh, my contact hurts. So we kind of disagree a little. Well, we agree and disagree. So I am on the Marlins first 5 money line at -104. Now, I'm pretty sure he's about to tell you Miami full game. So let me go for the reasons why I like the first 5. I know it's such a tough sell. It's so hard for me to sell you on the Marlins lineup. But they've got Trevor Rogers on the mound, coming off a great start, and the Giants are literally the worst lineup in Major League Baseball right now against left-handed pitching. Dead last. They're dead last in the last 2 weeks. Meanwhile, you got Alex Cobb throwing for the Giants, and he's been questionable at best. He's one of those guys where his ERA looks nice right now, but he's given up 15 hits in his last 2 starts. That ERA is a mirage. He has not pitched great. And what I will say about the Marlins lineup is in the last 2 weeks, it's not nearly as bad as you think. I know you think of the Marlins, you think of a team that just doesn't score. But in the last 2 weeks, they're 17th in WOBA against right-handed pitching. That's not terrible. Slightly below average. Marlins bullpen, as Toast mentioned in the comments last stream, has been red hot. That being said, this is why I This is why I lean first 5 over full game. The Marlins bullpen is depleted right now. Dylan Floro and AJ Puck both will not be available. They both pitched on back-to-back nights. That's their 2 main arms. The other guy's Tanner Scott. He pitched last night too, but it was just one night, so I assume Tanner Scott will be available. But that bullpen is gassed. As good as it's been, it's gassed. So I will stay off the full game and play him in the first 5 at -104.
Yeah, so I couldn't get to the first 5 with Miami. I'm about to tell you why. And then I couldn't really get to the full game with Miami because of the fact that those 2 key bullpen guys are missing. So I went with the first 5 under here at 4. It's at -105 on Bet365. Like the value on that quite a bit.
I like that.
The Marlins bats have woken up, correct. But who have they woken up against? Definitely not starting pitchers, because through the first 5 innings this year against right-handed pitchers, the Miami Marlins are dead last in WRC+, WOBA, and 29th in OPS. They're also dead last in first 5 runs scored in the league, averaging just 1.4 per game. Most of their damage is coming against weak bullpens like the Giants. Considering Cobb owns an impressive 508 OPS and a 156 opposing batting average against this lineup through 32 at-bats, I think he could deal again. Is he a bit more vulnerable on the road? Absolutely. But we saw a bunch of pitchers that were a lot more vulnerable on the road come into Miami and pitch a shutout through the first 5. So I think that it's going to be the same there. And then regarding the Giants, as Kyle said, this is a lineup that struggles greatly against lefties. Of course, they had to get to Jesus Luzardo when we backed him.
Yeah, right.
I'm backing a regression play here because on a season-long standpoint, they have struggled greatly against left-handed pitchers. Rogers, when he first came up in 2021, was outstanding, and then in 2022 was horrendous. I'm looking for a bit of a an average of those 2 years this year for Rogers, and I think this is a spot that he could shine.
Someone wants us to give out Nerfies. We're not Nerfy people. Not hating on those who do give out Nerfies, but It's just I don't know how it's such a small
from a
sample
value
size.
standpoint.
It's
I don't like it. I think that you can
6
make
outs,
I think you can make a bet in terms of a nerfy bet with data. Like there's enough data on first time through the order. There's enough data on nerfy records in terms of pitchers. But when it comes to the value, they really just vig those things up, and it's at a point where just one hit could ruin your entire bet. You want to lay minus 150 because 2 studs are on the mound. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I like that one guy you were telling me about who hammers the first threes, because then you can really isolate.
The commish.
Yeah,
I'm hoping
he's
to
on
have him on
Twitter
as a guest soon. Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah, I like how he does the first three, because then you can really isolate the pitcher's numbers against the first time through the order, because usually there's a significant drop off. I like that. That makes logical sense. The nerfies though, it's a tough sell.
Not hating on y'all that do though. Hope y'all win y'all nerfies.
I am. I hate it. No, I'm just kidding. Next game, D-backs at Cardinals. All right, Madison Bumgarner on the road. There's no way that I'll play the D-backs again with Madison Bumgarner on the road. That being said, they keep putting the Cardinals at such a high price. I mean, at least you can see it in the graphic down here at 8 a.m. that was St. Louis minus 190. What the fuck, man? Minus 190 for a team that's not playing well. That being said, there's no way. Like I said, I won't bet. I'm going to say cards or pass here. I won't bet the D-backs with Madison Bumgarner on the road. That's the definition of rock bottom. When you're betting Madison Bumgarner on the road, just call the number. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Like, it's time.
I mean, yeah, him and Cueto, your two least favorite men. Ultimately, I decided to just make this a parlay piece because the Cardinals need a win here. So I did, as I said earlier, the Rays Cardinals moneyline parlay at plus 111. And here's my reasoning for it. Madison Bumgarner's on the mound. Don't need to say more, but I will. So far, he's got a 2.12 whip, a 7.9 ERA, and now he has to face a Cardinals lineup that, while slumping, is still top five in every category against left-handed pitchers.
They still hit lefties.
In Bumgarner's last 4 trips to St. Louis, he has an 8.38 ERA and a 1.66 whip, allowing 3 home runs per 9 innings. It's truly a nightmare spot for the man. And for a Cardinals lineup that has sucked so badly through the first 5, it couldn't be a more perfect spot for this team to just explode right now. I don't have the most trust in Woodford. I'm not going to go ahead and lie about that. Woodford does struggle a bit more against lefties than he does righties, but he did hold Pittsburgh scoreless the last time out. So I will say he showed himself a bit there. But I just think that if he could limit them to 3 or less runs through the first 5, I really like our chances. The D-backs bullpen is gassed from last night.
And it sucks. And it
sucks. And it's bottom 5. And then you got the Cardinals bullpen with like Helsley fully rested, Gallegos fully rested, Thompson fully rested, Verhagen fully rested. They're all ready to go. They need to avoid a sweep. I mean, if there's ever a spot to back this putrid-ass lineup, it's today.
Yo, I like how the comments are with us. They're like, nerfies or gambles, fuck it. The one guy's like, fuck nerfies, just flip a coin.
I mean, it's kind of true. I mean, there's definitely some angle. Like, if you could get a plus money nerfy or Yerfy and you got an angle, I don't mind that.
Well, they're fun. They're fun. Yeah. They're fun bets is what they are.
It's quick and easy, too.
I don't know about easy. It's quick, though.
Yeah.
Rangers at Royals. All right. Okay. So... see, this is the one where I want to take Kansas City so bad. You know what? I'm not going to let what Beaver said scare me off. I'm taking them. See what the updated line is. What you said on the phone scared... I had Royals money line written down, and then you scared me off of it.
I don't even know what I said.
You said something like, the books are begging us to bet Royals here.
No, the books are begging us to bet the Rangers. That's what I was saying. I just said I can't get to
I
KC.
agree with that. Oh, yeah, I'm on the Royals. I know that this price... Wait, plus, I think it's minus 115. Yeah, minus 115. I typed that wrong.
That shit's going to hit.
Yeah, you ain't lying. They're begging us to take the Rangers at this price. So the Rangers lineup does continue to produce runs, and they're much better against right-handed pitchers. But for the most part, they have not seen Brady Singer before. So there's a little bit... something I like for the Royals. I know that trying to sell Brady Singer against the Rangers lineup is a tough sell. That's not where I'm going with this. But on the other side, you got Martin Perez pitching for the Rangers. And here's our angle, guys. This guy has the most deceiving stats in Major League Baseball. If you just glance at him, you're like, okay, Martin Barrett is 2-1 with a 2.87 ERA. He's off to a good start this season. No, he is not. No, he is not. He's got a 1.60 whip. He's been lucky as hell to have a 2.87 ERA. You ready for this? In the Phillies game, he let up 8 hits and 3 walks in 5 2/3 innings. Somehow only allowed 1 run. In the Astros game, ready for this one? This is the crazy one. In the Astros game, Martin Perez pitched 5 innings. He allowed 5 hits, 2 of them home runs, and 4 walks, let up 2 runs. How do you give up 5 hits, 2 of them home runs, and 4 walks, and only allow 2 runs? That's like that's the luckiest shit ever. This guy sucks, and this is a straight fade of Martin Perez. I'm on the Royals here. Like Prop Beaver said, at this price, they're begging us to bet Texas. Check it out right here. 74% of the tickets are on the Rangers. Look at the sharp money coming in on KC. Let's do it. Royals up.
I just can't trust that team. I mean, I was a big Brady Singer guy last year, and coming into this year, I backed him twice, pretty hard. And he screwed me. He screwed me rough. It was terrible. He got rocked in both starts. Now he's going to face a Texas team that has a bunch of lefties. He's worse against lefties. I don't know, man. I just can't get behind it. I really can't. The 3 lefties that have faced the Royals so far are horrendous, and they held them to 3 hits or less every single time with 1 or less run. So now Martin Perez, who while getting lucky, may just get more lucky here. I just can't do it. The Royals are too bad.
Wait, hold up. I'm not implying you should put your mortgage on it. Maybe you misunderstood what I said.
I can't co-sign the mortgage approval on that one. I can't.
That's not where I was going with that. No mortgage.
I could get sharp with you in other angles, but this is one I just
not a mortgage. Not a whale. Not a whale.
No.
Oh, where's my pie chart in this one? Oh, come on. Whoop. My pie chart is missing. Whatever.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me. Okay. So actually, it's a pretty easy one. The public split pretty even on this one. So I don't know why it's not showing up. Phillies at White Sox. I wrote down White Sox first 5 or pass. Prop Beaver actually didn't have a pick and then ended up agreeing with me. So do you want to go ahead and take this one?
Yeah, Taijuan Walker has looked suspect at best thus far, and now he's going to face a White Sox lineup with 7 righties in it. That's not great news because Walker thus far, he's allowing a 345 WOBA to right-handed batters, quite damn high. And meanwhile, the White Sox bats have quietly woken up against starting right-handed pitchers. The last 4 starting right-handed pitchers to face them have combined for a 6.5 ERA, 1.5 WHIP, and are allowing 1.7 home runs per 9. If they could get off to a hot start here, that puts them in a good position as Clevenger has looked pretty good thus far. The main issue with Clevenger thus far has been that walk rate, absurdly high, 14.1%. But the Phillies are 22nd in walk rate.
Yeah,
exactly. And it reminds me of that Edward Cabrera start where he had walk issues coming in, and then what does he do? He absolutely deals against them because they're whiffing at those pitches. So I think we could get something similar going on here. And then on top of that, through 55 at-bats, the Phillies just have 2 RBIs off Clevenger. I saw somebody who caps scoring like this, and they had a lot of success, so I'll just bring it up. I mean, he only has 2 RBIs off Clevenger, 55 at-bats. If it's going to take 27.5 at-bats to get a run here, I think the Phillies going to be in trouble. As long as Clevenger doesn't get into walk trouble, I think that the White Sox at plus 105 hold some excellent value through the first 5.
Yeah, I'm with you. Oh, I put FR. The one guy in the comments likes the Rangers first 5 money line. Look, we're back in the Royals here. If you're telling me if I'm going to be completely shocked if that loses and the Rangers beat the shit out of again, of course not.
No.
And I like the Rangers. We had the Rangers money line as our bet of the night last night at minus 125.
Yeah. And I was scared about that one because it felt so easy.
Yeah. It's just the price. It feels like the books are like, go ahead, bet the Rangers. We dare you. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah.
But we're cutting it off there. We're going to come back live in 3 hours to do the rest of the games. So that was the first 6. Those are the games that go up to 2 p.m. Eastern time. The rest of them, we're coming back. We'll be back around 2 p.m. Well, not around. We'll be back at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Also, I put up one of the NBA videos. There's another one coming up right after it. So stuff coming. Yeah.
Content machine.
Yeah, content machines over here. See you guys in a few hours. Thanks for listening.
Peace.